Hey everybody, so I want to make a video addressing a very serious topic that a lot of people don't talk about or don't understand, or there is a lot of people who talk about it. I just don't know a lot of them, but I'm sure I know a lot of people who have been through this situation. So Chris and I have been together for 7 years. It's been 7 wonderful years. We've grown up together basically. You know, we met when he was 22 and I was 24. Yes, I'm a Panther. but within that time frame, I'd say the first 2 years, people would be like, when are you guys going to have kids? Not when you're getting married. When are you guys going to have kids? I mean, I'm sure that there were older people in my life asking when we're going to get married, but it was mainly my friends who would ask when we're going to have kids, mainly my friends who already had kids. But anyway, I want to shed light on that because when I was in my earlier 20s and I would see couples who had been together for a while, I would ask them that question and be totally oblivious to the fact that maybe they don't want kids, maybe they can't have kids, maybe they're dealing with relationship issues and don't want to bring kids into that situation. I just wasn't thinking logically like that. But Chris and I got engaged last year, and it was never like important to me, like I have to be married before I have children. It was just important to me to have children with somebody that I knew was the right person for me to have children with, because Lord knows it could mess some things up if you have children with the wrong person. But once I turned 30, I was like, okay, let's, talk about starting a family. So we did. We made some investments. We opened a joint savings. And so we were like, yeah, let's get on this train. I thought it was going to happen like that. Like, first time, yeah. And no. And Chris is the more logical one in our relationship. Thank goodness for that, because we both just can't be me. And he was like, it doesn't always happen like that. And I was like, what? Well, it's supposed to. Like, I'm a girl. I don't understand. But around October, I was pretty certain I was pregnant, but I ended up having an early miscarriage. So I was like, oh my God, something's wrong with me. Like, what is wrong with me? And Chris, being the logical one again, was like, actually, miscarriages are very common. How do you know? What? Have you done this before? But anyway, I did my own research and found out that he was right. So I talked to my OBGYN, and I was like, I need fertility treatments. There's something wrong with me. And she was like, well, we don't usually start that till a year after trying. And I was like, well, it's been 2 months. And I was like, I mean, I promise I'd be a great mother, but I'm still pretty much immature, like, as far as some topics are concerned. But, so I let my body heal from that situation, and Chris and I decided to try again this year. And so around March, I was like, let me take a test because, something's going on. So I took a test, and lo and behold, I was pregnant. Yes, Hallelujah choirs. Surprise Chris made a video, was going to post it when we announced it to our friends and family and what have you. And the whole time, though, I was pregnant, I was scared that I was going to have a miscarriage just because of how common they are. And lo and behold, I had a miscarriage. I went to the doctor for my 10-week checkup, and she was like, I'm sorry, I'm not seeing anything. And I was like, oh, my baby likes to play hide and seek. Just, keep looking. Don't play with me. Keep looking. You're it. You got to find a baby. And she looked, per my request, and was like, yeah, Billy, I'm sorry, I'm not seeing anything. There's something called a molar miscarriage, a braided oval vulvium, I don't know how to pronounce it, or even just a miscarriage because you had no symptoms. And I was like, right, I had no symptoms, so I'm not understanding what you're saying. Like, what? Where's my baby? Stop playing with me. But just being, I don't know, the resilient Black woman that I am, I had to pull my pants up and realize that that was my reality in that moment. But look, part of me didn't believe her, so I went to the ER the next day and had them give me an ultrasound, and they confirmed loss of pregnancy too. And I was just like, God, what did I do to deserve this? Like, the one thing that I was ready to live for was taken away from me, and it's like the most heartbreaking thing. So I was in shock and denial for the first couple of days. My doctor had given me Zytotech, and I had no idea what I was doing. Let me just say, any woman who has taken that before just knows what was going. I felt like I died and I came back to life. It was the worst experience. I would never wish that on my worst enemy. I just wish I was warned, like, you're going to basically go into labor to pass the tissue. So yeah, you're gonna experience labor. So it's like I've never experienced holding a baby in my arms, but I've definitely experienced what it's like to hold life and to have it taken away from you and to want to just go crazy and knock everything off the shelf. But I joined a support group on Facebook, and it's been extremely helpful, just unfortunately knowing how common it is and how many women across the world are dealing with the same thing, the same exact day, the same exact time, and it's just crazy. So they're very common. 1 in 4 women will experience a miscarriage, and I was just that one. So what I want to shed light on is when you have friends who are couples or women who are a certain age or men who are a certain age and they don't have children, it's not always your place to ask, when are you gonna have kids? When there's gonna be a little Chris? When there's gonna be a little Billy and a little Sarah? Like, because you don't know what people have been through. So in the midst of this whole pandemic that's going on, I'm having my own personal tragedy, my own personal trauma, and I'm trying to heal from it by staying positive. And one of the main things that keeps me going is the fact that I know I'm not alone. I have had friends who have had the same experience, but no one really shed light on it. And really, I never did any research on how common it was. But I just want to let people know and share my truth that Chris and I have been pregnant a couple of times, and we just haven't had that one that was able to stick around. So just keep that in mind. That's a lot of people's experience. Yeah, so that's mine. It's definitely an unfortunate event. Chris has been, that's just why I just want to marry this man and give him babies, because he's just the best thing that's ever happened to me. He's been my strength throughout this whole situation, and I know he might not be affected physically like I was too, but it's definitely affected him. And because it was just like that one, what he said was his reason for going hard has been, has disappeared. Like, I'm about to be a dad, I gotta do this, I gotta get this for my baby, and then it's like gone. So that really broke my heart when he told me that, because yeah, but we are each other's backbones, and I know it's not about these people, but I want to apologize to anybody who felt like I should have told them and I didn't, because I know it could hurt people's feelings, and I'm not for that. But again, I'm shedding light on the fact that miscarriage is something that's out of your hands. It's something that happens. It's something that happens to a lot of women, and it's something that happens to couples. So when you want to know, maybe you should just mind your business. Just mind your business. Yeah, so keep me in your prayers. I'm praying for everyone during this hard time in life in general. We're all suffering, so just stay positive. I have a shirt on, by the way. I know it's getting hidden in my braids, but yeah. So this is my truth.